175 miles an hour and a pressure of 903 according to Force 13's latest satellite estimate. It's at 14.2 north, 133.5 degrees east, and it's now a stage 10 on the CDPS, the highest possible total extreme complete damage potential if the storm was to track over land at this time. Right now it's 626 miles from Virac, 708 from Diet, 809 from Santa Ana, which is likely to be the landfall area, 874 from Basco and 838 from Manila for reference. At the moment there is one warning out now, a signal 1 warning for Categoria in the Philippines, and that is issued by Pagasa. There could be more warnings being extended tomorrow morning. So let's see what the models are saying, or the GFS model at least. Just to point out, the JTWC is now calling for a Category 5 landfall on the northern tip of Luzon. This is the latest GFS model going through the rest of the week into the weekend. Friday night we expect the landfall, and the GFS looks like it agrees just about reaching the northern tip of Luzon, and it could still be a Category 5 by then. The storm is ferocious right now with very strong winds. You actually see the formation of possibly another storm behind it there as well, a much weaker system heading towards the Luzon Strait as well. Sea surface temperatures right now 29 degrees pretty much across the board actually, and extending all the way up to the Philippine Islands. So that's not going to be a concern for Mangkhut at all. It's taken advantage of the warm sea surface temperatures, pretty much untapped this far south so far this year. And you can see another view at the GFS, a massive wind field, and it is starting to come to fruition as well. 240 nautical miles in the northern quadrants right now, and as you can see, moving through the Philippines Friday night into Saturday with that very large wind field, the whole east coast of Luzon could be affected, and indeed it could extend all the way up to Taiwan as well. Later on the storm will head towards China, Hong Kong, Macau, and eventually maybe even Vietnam, and there you can see that weak system afterwards as well. These are the chances of tropical storm force winds right now. Santa Ana 91%, Apari 89%, both on the northern tip of Luzon. Kaohsiung in Taiwan 22%, and Hong Kong remains at 47%, which is what it was early this morning as well. So the models are still yet to catch up, as you can see here. They haven't caught up on the storm's current intensity. So who knows what might happen. There may be some room for strengthening. Probably not though, looking at the wind shear. We just had the storm having fantastic near nil wind shear conditions, but the wind shear is going to start to rise a little bit. Sea surface temperatures starting to rise a little more, and then you can see the track on the left hand side. Pretty much all those models determined to take the storm into the northernmost part of Luzon, and it's mainly because it moved a little bit south of forecast in the last 24 hours. This is how the storm looks right now. That was the visible imagery earlier. This is the water vapor imagery. It has fantastic presentation. There's not much else you can say about it. You'll run out of superlatives, but this storm remains a huge threat, and this threat is not shrinking, it's growing, and so is Mangkhut's wind field. Signal 1 warnings right now in the Philippines and Catanduanes. They will